Hi friends, how are you all? I hope everyone is fine. Okay, in this video we are going to learn about rise of British rule in India. See children, in the ancient period, means olden days, India has enjoyed a worldwide positions due to its economic, cultural and religious inheritance. And due to the economic prosperity and cultural inheritance, people of the different nations came to our India to do the business. So there was a lot of demand for the Indian culture, that is for the species muslin, silk cloth, indigo, etc. in the European countries. So from the people from the European countries wanted to come to India and they have to start their business. So there was a lot of demand for the Indian. Okay, so trade between the India and Europe was started through the land route. See children, here for the trade they have started the route, that is land route and sea route, and at the center of these routes was Constantinople in Turkey. Okay, first of all they done their trade through land route and then sea route. So after the conquest of the Constantinople by Turkish Muslims, the sea route through Constantinople was closed for the Europeans. See here, the Constantinople by the Turkish Muslims, they have invented the sea route, but it was closed for the Europeans. So since then they do not do without the species, the Europeans felt compelled to discover a new sea route. Here they decided to invent a new sea route. So an era of the geographical discoveries began. Here the Europeans, then they thought that they have to start the sea route so they can do a trade with the India. Okay children, up to this you understood? See children, this is the sea route to India. See, with the inspiration, encouragement and the economic help from the King of Portuguese, King Prince and King Henry, some brave people began efforts to discover a new sea route. So they have many great men tried to discover sea route to India with the economic assistance from the King of the Spain, Christopher Columbus. Who children? Christopher Columbus began his adventure of discovering a new sea route, which again came to stop at an island presently known as West Indies, situated in the Atlantic Ocean. Columbus, who had believed throughout of his life that he had discovered a new sea route to India, but actually discovered a new land which now it is said to be an America. Okay children, do you understood? The Christopher Columbus has discovered a new sea route, but he had discovered a new sea route to America, but till he lived he thought that he had discovered a sea route to India. So the Portuguese sailor Vasco da Gama discovered a sea route to India in 1498. Then he reached Calcutta in the western coast of India. There he was welcomed by the King Zamorin. He allowed to carry his business there. This Portuguese sailor Vasco da Gama. Okay children, he has reached a sea route to India in 1498. When he reached there, Calcutta, in the western coast of India, there was a king named Zamorin and he allowed to carry out his business there. Thus he considered as an important event in the world and he opened the doors for the Europeans to start the trade in India. Arrival of Europeans to India. Now comes the arrival of Europeans to India. The Portuguese were the first to arrive in India for trade after the discovery of the sea route to India. After the discovery of sea route, the Portuguese were the first to arrive in India. Within a span of 100 years, this Portuguese took control over several territories like Diu, Daman, Goa, Cochin, etc. Inspired by the Portuguese success in trade, the Dutch and the Danish arrived in India for trade. The English traders established the East India Company to carry out trade with India. In 1600 AD, when Queen Elizabeth of England gave the permission to the East India Company to carry out trade with the eastern countries, The first ship under the leadership of Captain William Hawkins arrived in Surat, but due to the dominance and opposition from the Portuguese, they were not allowed to establish their trade there. But finally, the East India Company got the permission from the Mughal emperor. See children, in the Portuguese were the first to arrive in India by the sea route, and within a span of years, they took several territories like Diu, Daman, Goa, Cochin. And by the inspiration of the Portuguese success in trade, the Dutch and the Danish were also arrived in India for trade. So, the English traders also established the East India Company to carry out their trade. And then the Queen of England, that is Elizabeth, also gave permission to the East India Company to carry out the trade with the eastern countries. The first ship was sent by the and it was under the leadership of Captain Williams Hawkins, arrived in Surat. But due to the opposition from the Portuguese, they were not allowed to establish their trade there. But finally, the East India Company got the permission from the Mughal emperor. Okay, children, understood? See, Portuguese were the first arrived in India. Okay, children, after the discovery of the sea route, and they started the trade with our country, that is India. Okay, children. In this way, the British East India Company established its first trade in Surat in 1613 AD. Initially, the company established its trade centers in Surat, Bharuch and Ahmedabad. See children, however, the British East India Company established its trade in Surat, and they have established its trade centers in Surat, Bharuch and Ahmedabad. But due to the presence of strong Marathas in this region, the company sensed danger to its existence and hence moved towards the south and east directions, where they set up their centers in Machilipatnam, St. George and Fort William, Mumbai became their headquarters in 1687 AD. See, due to the presence of these Marathas, the company felt that it was dangerous to exist, and so they moved towards their east directions, that is Machilipatnam and St. George and Fort William, and the Mumbai became the headquarters in 1687. And then the French India Company also arrived in India for the trade in 1668, and they set up their centers in Mahi, Karaikal, Pondicherry, Chandranagar, Machilipatnam. Okay, in 1687. And in the 18th century, the revolution took place between the English and the French, and they were busy in establishing their rule, enter the world, and they are conquering more territories. Who? These French and English East India Companies. So between 1746 and 1763, there were the three Karnataka wars in which the French East India Company and the British India Company in India, which the French East India Company has lost their rule over their territories, and making easy expansion to the British East India Company. In this way, the French East India Company has lost its rule, and the British East India Company had expanded his trade in India. But at the end of the Battle of the War, the Portuguese were left with, okay children, with the battle of this power, the Portuguese were left with Diu, Daman, Goa, while French had their three centers at Chandranagar, Mahi, Karaikal and Pondicherry. Meanwhile, the Dutch had to leave forever. Who have to leave these French? Okay, you understood. The French East India Company was arrived in India in 1668, and they have their centers in Pondicherry, Chandranagar, Machilipatnam, etc. So in 18th century, these English and the French were very busy in establishing their rules, enter the world and conquering many territories, and there arise three Karnataka wars in where the French has lost his rule, okay, over the his territories, and the expansion of this trade was more by the British East India Company. At the end of this power, means it's at the end of this war, the Portuguese were left with Diu, Daman and Goa. Okay children, this is about the arrival of the Europeans to India. Okay, bye bye.